Hello ladies and gentlemen, today I have a box in me from a brand I haven't reviewed before called Aerotec. They're releasing a new model called the Coral Bay Diver, which is obviously a diving watch, and it's coming in October. We'll give you some more information. This is the box it comes in. It's a cardboard box. Inside you get another box. As you can see here, inside you do get another box, which is your watch box. And I did take the watch out already to take a look at it and clean it off, of course, as this is a prototype. A pretty simple box, decent quality, definitely good enough to store the watch here, as you can see. Has a nice kind of leathery feeling on the outside. The watch will come with a 1-year warranty card, as you can see here. This is not signed or anything. This is a prototype, and this is just a card sample, I assume. But yeah, 1-year warranty, you can read that if you want to. And voila, here is the watch in front of you. Very interesting diving watch, definitely something different. Definitely getting some Super Ocean vibes from Breitling from this, just from the bezel. But a very interesting watch on a bracelet. You can also opt for I believe a suede leather strap for 39 Australian dollars. I do have one with me to show you. So yeah, this is the Coral Bay Diver. This is the prototype. This is not the production unit. This has the black mother of pearl dial. And let's get into some basic specifications here. It's a 40mm solid 316L stainless steel case, as you can see here. Pretty compact design, as you can see. Not too big, but it definitely wears nice on my 6.5 inch, 6.75 inch wrist. We get a 20mm lug width. Lug to lug, we're looking at 48mm. Double domed sapphire crystal, so not a single dome. We do get a true double domed sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating, which is always nice. And in terms of weight, yeah, so what about the weight of this watch? Looking at the case, only 68 grams. With this nice bracelet here, we are looking at about 145 grams. You can see you have an oyster style bracelet, but it's polished on the outer links instead of the center links, which is something a bit different. We do get a screw down crown, of course. And we do get, I believe this one, another other watch was 500 meters. I believe this one is 200 meters water resistant. Getting closer at this mother pearl dial, as you can see here, we have an applied logo which is polished. Interesting cathedral hand with a sharp sword minutes hand. Applied circular markers. And we have kind of those daggers coming out at the 12-3, half at the 6 and the 9. Then an interesting one at the 12 o'clock position. So something a little bit different. And if you did notice, that sweeping second hand there is red on one side, and then you have the lollipop on the other side, which is pretty cool. So a little different there, as you can see. But yeah, some basic prices. Let's get the prices out of the way. So what are these actually going to sell for? These are going to sell for early birds, and I believe the launch date will be in October of 2021. Terrence told me, the owner of the Aerotec company. And I believe the early bird pricing starts from 479 Australian dollars, which is really not that bad. I believe they will be going live on Kickstarter. I'm not sure if they're doing the Kickstarter or their own pre-order. But yeah, nonetheless, we have a 200-meter dive watch and some interesting stuff. The case pack's really cool. We have a bracelet as well. We have some decent Lume, 120-click bezel. Well, what's inside of this watch? Now, inside of this watch is the Miyota 9015, which is a pretty decent movement. I've experienced this movement a lot in my life. It's very reliable, it's very accurate, it's robust, it doesn't really break down. It's kind of a, an upgrade from the NH35. It's kind of the next level up from the NH35 there. So you have a screw down crown here. The crown is actually lumed, which is really cool, their logo. I will get you a lume shot of that. So I'm going to go ahead and unscrew this crown here. You get self-winding. Feels like a 9015. One position, we get a quick set date in a circular window. You can see there. In your final position, we do get hacking. So the seconds hand does come to a halt. And I push that back down, it starts sweeping again. It beats at 4 Hertz, this movement. So it beats at the same beat rate as an ETA 2824. I am getting some reflection on this crystal. I'm sorry about that. It's just that's just how it's going to be. But you definitely can see that nice mother of pearl dial. Now the movement's great. This one's keeping good time. This is a prototype, obviously, but it's keeping about plus 6 seconds a day, which is well within reach of a 9015 or pretty much any Swiss movement, even though this is a Japanese-made movement. The bezel itself is 120 clicks, has this very interesting ceramic insert, which is pretty cool. So yeah, the feeling's not that bad. Little back play. But yeah, everything does line up perfectly to that 12 o'clock position, which is good to see. The bracelet itself, let's take a look at this bracelet. So it is signed with the Aerotec. It's pretty simple standard clasp here. Opens up to a milled clasp, which is kind of the standard nowadays for a decent bracelet here. We get 1, 2, 3 micro adjustments and a lock clasp there. Aerotec signed with their logo. Taking a look at the case back. The case back's actually really cool, and one of the parts I really liked on this watch. Case back is screwed down as well. You get that nice polished vintage diving helmet, which is actually really well done. It's raised, it's custom embossed, and as you can see, some basic specifications there. I think it looks really cool. You also do get quick release pins on this bracelet, so it's really easy to remove. The bracelet itself is an oyster style bracelet. Highly polished on the outer portions while it's brushed down the center. We do get solid end links as well, which is kind of the norm. And the case finishing, let's get to the finishing. So we have the tops of the lugs are actually highly polished here. The sides of the case are brushed, as you can see here. You can see a nice coin edge bezel. Very good grip on this bezel, by the way. But yeah, I think it's an interesting case design. I like the logo, the A logo. The bracelet fits in nicely, no issues there, I can see. Yeah, just a simple fold over clasp here. But yeah, it keeps things thin, I think. The bracelet itself actually is using pins, not screws, which is something that doesn't really bother me too much, to be quite honest there. It's actually just as easy to adjust a bracelet with pins as screws, even though some people say screws maybe are more secure. I've never had a pin bracelet, fall out on me or anything like that. But what I can say about this watch, it is definitely very unique. The dial design, the bezel design, and the overall look of the watch definitely really doesn't look like anything out there. So kudos to them for coming up with an interesting design. Now, I want to give you a lume shot. We have some nice lume on here, some Super Luminova, which glows green on the bezel, on the hands, and also on the applied markers. So let's lume that up, and we'll lume up that crown, which is really cool. As you can see, there's a lot of lume on there. So we'll take a look how that looks. All loomed up, and this thing is actually pretty torchy. I mean, take a look at this lume. It's really, really bright. They did a good job applying the lume. It glows in a greenish color. On the bezel, it's definitely just as bright as the hands and those little pips for the markers, which look really, really nice. I think this thing looks really cool in the dark. But as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and just lume the crown separately for you. You can see here. And look at that, a fully loomed crown. That's really cool. So you get full lume on the crown, you get a full loomed watch as well. Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. Now on my 6.5-inch wrist, the watch really fits nicely on my wrist, really looks quite at home. It's a very nice size for my wrist. My wrist, as I said, 6.5. It can swell to 6.75 during the summer. It is summer here now, so if I go outside I probably will swell a little bit. But the bracelet's definitely comfortable. It doesn't pull hair or anything like that. The polishing on the outer links definitely match the polishing on the top of the lugs, I must say. And like I did mention, this watch is 48 millimeters. As you can see here, 48 across, fits my wrist perfectly. The watch itself is only 12 millimeters thick, but with that double dome sapphire, you are looking at 13.8 millimeters. But it has a nice thin profile, in my honest opinion. I think it's just fine, at least for me. So yeah, I think the buckle and the strap itself, the milled clasp, everything conforms nicely. It's not one of those huge thick buckles. It's not going to add extra bulk and weight to make it uncomfortable on your wrists, which I kind of do appreciate these more simple clasps. So anyway, there you have it, guys. This is the new Aerotec diver. They do have another diver as well, which is actually pretty cool, which was funded on Kickstarter, I believe. You can definitely take a look at that. I will drop a link to their website in the description below. I believe that one is on offer on sale. I believe I was looking at their website, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, this one is to look out for. You can probably sign up for their newsletter. I'm sure most companies do that nowadays. And this one is coming in October of 2021, only about, what, it's end of August already? Yeah, about a month and a half, I'd say. So definitely keep a lookout on this watch. There are no quality control issues on my end. And I do want to show you the actual band. So you can add 49 Australian dollars. I'm really a fan of a bracelet. I'm a bracelet guy. I will do the rubber straps, like a genuine Italian rubber strap or an FKM rubber strap. I like those, or a nice silicone one as well. It depends on how it's made, in my honest opinion there. But this one does come with a suede band. I will show you right now. So as you can see here, you have a nice suede option with a custom Aerotec buckle. It's actually a pretty nice band. You have double stitching at the ends, as you can see here. Kind of gives it a more of a vintage style look. You do get those quick release pins as well. Pretty flexible, feels of decent quality. Like I said, if you're not one that takes your watch in the water or showers with your watch, washes your hands with your watch, obviously you don't want to bring this near water. It kind of will ruin the band. Definitely take a look at this strap as well on their campaign when they launched. Can be a good add-on if you want to change things up a little bit. A new band always gives a watch a new look. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the new Aerotec diver. Some things I'd like to change on the watch. I'm not 100% sure. I really like the design of the bezel, the dial. I think everything looks kind of, together. Maybe one thing I'd like to change is maybe add these, I'm not sure. It's kind of a personal preference. Maybe do kind of like a standard oyster. Maybe have it, polished down the center and brushed on the sides, and then brush the top of the lugs. That would be one thing I would want to change. I don't know. Everything else seems pretty good in my eyes. It's a nice size, nice case design, nice case cut, and nice brushed finishing. And the lume is actually really good on this one, so I was quite surprised by that. Anyway, I want to know your thoughts and opinions. Let me know down in the comment section below, as usual. This is Watch Addiction Watch Reviews with the new Aerotec Coral Diver. Let me know what you guys think. Definitely hit that subscribe button, throw the video a like, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.